Yamiera Collins is the latest disruptor to the fashion industry with shoe line Yamiera Co. Balancing her studies at FIT and her business, she's entered the category fiercely. And with a cosign from Mariah the Scientist, there's great promise for her future. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I'm so excited to have you. I am just a fan of women who go after what they want to do and they go and do it and like do it well. Your execution around your business is amazing. And honestly, you have caught my eye just from your ads on social as well as people wearing them. Like, hold on, wait, I love this shoe. So I just was like, I have to talk to her. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. I am a little bit nervous. I've never done an interview
Don't be
before,
nervous.
but
I
I'm really grateful it's you doing it because I actually watched some of your videos
really.
last week. Last week, whenever you sent the email, and then a
Mhm.
couple last night because I was just
Okay.
like refreshing my brain, like what's gonna happen when I come
Yeah.
in. So I'm really excited it's you.
Well, I'm happy. Oh my gosh, thank you. One, I'm not a journalist whatsoever. I do not want to false claim being a journalist at all. I'm just a girl who likes to talk and I can talk a lot and I'm a very curious person. So, with Shebad, our whole thing, I just love media. I'm a media lover. I was in PR at one point. That was where I thought I was gonna go. And I am just obsessed with ambitious women. So, for me, it's about just having conversation and us being able to connect as well as being able to do it in front of the audience. That way, they are able to get a taste of the journey, and it's not always the final result or what you see at the very end, but you kind of get a little bit of hint of how do we even get here in the first place. So,
Yeah.
let me know that you are from the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Yes.
That
So
is
I was
so cool.
raised there. My dad is
Okay.
from there, but I was
Okay.
raised there and I was born here in New York.
Okay, cool. When did you first come over here to like live? Because obviously you were raised over there.
Well, I did a lot of back and forth. So after
Hmm.
pre-K, I came here and then I went back to St. Thomas again for elementary school. I did all of my elementary there. I did middle school in New York, and then I did high school in the Virgin Islands.
Wow. So
Yeah.
going
And
back
a
and
little
forth.
bit of high school here. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Yeah. So going back and forth between U.S. Virgin Islands and New York City pretty much throughout your life, whether it was with family or obviously, like you just said, with school, how did that influence, I guess, not only your personality, but just your outlook on life? You know, people don't always get the opportunity to travel, let alone their whole life is just, yeah, I'm popping in and out
Yeah.
and doing
I
my own thing.
It's very, so St. Thomas is very small and there's not much to do, but you learn to make the most out of it with your friends and like your family.
Yeah.
So I feel like knowing where I come from plays like a big role in my life and always going back home, so I could, gather my thoughts and
Yeah.
be with my friends and remember like who really loves me.
Ground yourself.
But yeah, but then I also get inspiration from New York, of course. And so in life, it's just taught me that I already knew I was gonna love traveling. So
Yeah.
like now that I'm older, I'm like, okay, like if my culture back home is this and the culture is here, like if the culture here is like this, then I should go and see other cultures so I
Mhm.
could get inspiration from them and make
Mhm.
new friends and have other places to go to. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. And so with your creativity, would you say that your life's experience influenced that, or was that more so just who you were around, like your peers and kind of your experiences in school or culturally, music, entertainment, like where's that come from?
This is a really good question. I think that a lot of my life experiences do influence me, but it also comes with other people. Like I
Yeah.
thrive in community. So I get inspired from heartbreaks, happiness, traveling, um, anger. If something angers me in a moment, I get passionate through anything, and then I put it into my work.
Hmm.
I will say like my inspiration does come from traveling too, but I put a lot of my own emotions into the things that I make.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like if I don't have an emotion going on, I'm probably not gonna make something I
Yeah.
love. But if I have something going on, I'm gonna make a banger.
I love that. With your brand, Yamira, how did you decide on going into business because you are a creative person, and a lot of times people who are creative kind of teeter that line of like, do I want to become a business person or do I just want to create and kind of just do my own thing?
Well, I used to make swimsuits like a
Okay.
long time ago and I used to sell them. And I had like went through this period where I was like, I don't want to make clothes for people
Yeah.
anymore. But I still want to be in fashion and create something. So I spoke to my best friend and she was like, well, why don't you do the accessories aspect of it?
Mhm.
Because she's in fashion. And I was like, you know what? That'd be like a really good
Yeah.
idea. I'll look into that. And I just started dabbling with shoes, like taking them apart, and I bought the supplies. I was like, um, I guess you could say interning at a cobbler shop.
Okay.
And then it's like, you know what, I should really go to school for this. I love
Yeah.
this. And as I started school, I applied to school and I forgot about it because I was certain I wasn't going to get in. I was certain. I was like, they're not going to take me because I cannot sketch. I could only
Okay.
imagine things and then like make it with my hand. I'm
Hmm.
not good at sketching. So when I got in, I realized they were pushing my major is footwear and accessories. So I realized they were pushing on us that starting a business is hard and we shouldn't do it. We should go and we should work for Puma, Nike, Tapestry, which owns like Coach and Kate Spade, which is
Hmm.
nothing wrong with that. I definitely want to work under another
Right.
house like Amina Muaddi, she's a favorite,
Yes. I love
or
Amina.
yeah, Givenchy, Tom Ford, like those are my favorites. So I want to work under a brand still
Yeah.
because then you get more connections and you
Yeah.
learn more about the game and stuff like that. But I didn't like the way they were saying, like, no, you once you're finished with this, you have to be good at
Right.
drawing and computer skills, which it is helpful. But they were like, that's everything you're gonna do. But I really enjoy
Mhm.
the aspect of making shoes by hand, which is also what we do in class. And I was just like, I'm just gonna start my own business.
Yeah.
If they're not gonna help me get to Tom
What
Ford
you're
and
wanting to
Givenchy,
do. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna start my own business.
I love
And
that.
thank you so much. I'm gonna start my own business. I'm gonna do something where someone notices and they're like,
Right.
"Hey, do you want to be the creative director of this brand for
No.
footwear?" And
Yes.
it's a house that I love. So that's how I decided that. And it is really a lot of work. I think I mentally prepared myself for it, but I didn't really know how much work
What
goes
all you would
into,
entail.
yeah,
No, being an entrepreneur in any facet is hard, but then when you are in a creative space, you have to play so many different roles. And that's with like being an entrepreneur, period, that's what happens. But I think people do kind of not recognize as a creative person, you have to create the thing, then market the thing, sell the thing. Like it, and then also understand the behind the scenes business and make sure that your numbers are working. Because if you're not making any money, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. And so,
yeah,
and it's a hobby that's going to drain you. So it's like you have to wear so many different hats that I don't think as many books you read, seminars you go to, people you connect with, there's nothing that's going to prepare you. So that
yeah,
just you once you jump into it, that's when you're like, oh, this is what I got myself into. Okay,
yeah.
here, you know. But I
And
do.
I think,
Oh, sorry. Go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I do love the fact that you one understood and recognized the benefit of going to school and like getting that formal education around things, but also you enjoyed your cobbler experience as well. A lot of
Yeah,
times people don't understand you need a little bit of both, like getting real world application and then also learning about the behind the scenes and like the technical aspect of things shows in your craftsmanship and it shows in the way that you approach things as well. So I think that's done you a really good deal.
yeah. I really do appreciate FIT. Like, I love my professor, David. He's taught me everything I know with shoes.
Yeah.
And I'm going back for my bachelor's.
Yeah.
I genuinely understand what they're saying because, like I said, like, um, I didn't, and like you just acknowledged, I didn't realize how many different hats you have to wear. So what they're saying is it's easy to fail as a footwear brand
Yeah.
because there's so much to do. You should go work under these companies. But those just aren't the companies that I want to work under. I'm
Yeah.
like so set on a fashion house. Like
Yeah.
because I love fashion.
Yes. I think there's nothing wrong with having where you want to go. And I think it'd be different if you weren't making a way for yourself simultaneously. I'm really big on in my own life understanding like things have to happen in like junction with one another. So if you want to get to this point one day, you got to do a lot of things at once. And it's not necessarily to like run around like a ricochet around the room, but it's just to expand yourself and like make sure that you're in different rooms and you're getting different experiences. So I love that for you. I wanted to ask about your time at FIT and how it influenced you both as a designer and businesswoman. I do think we kind of addressed that, but if you had any other like things you wanted to acknowledge about being in the program, specifically to being an entrepreneur.
I spend a lot of time in the library there. I don't know if you know, but it's like one of the best fashion libraries I think in
Yeah,
the US
yeah.
compared to like whatever else is outside of the US.
Hmm.
So I spend a lot of time there looking at periodicals.
Okay.
Now, hopefully I'm not giving away my secret sauce, but I
No.
do spend time in those books looking at really old things that you cannot find
Yeah.
online to get inspiration from because they just do things differently
Yeah.
in Italy. So I look at a lot of old Italian books where only you could only see those shoes in those books, and you can't even leave the library with that book. You have to
Yeah.
sit there and look through those books, and they get it out of this bin in the back. It's just so it's an
It's a
experience.
thing.
Yeah. So I do that a lot. I I I just go to class and go home though.
Yeah.
I spend like long hours in the lab making a shoe.
Hmm.
But that's really my experience. I don't really go to any of like the clubs and stuff. I'm
That's how
24.
I was.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not I should maybe try out a club, but I'm just so focused on my career that
Yeah.
I'm like, let me go to school and take advantage of everything I can. Like I use the photography lab for my campaigns, which is why I don't know if you noticed I haven't shot anything outside yet because I'm
Hmm.
taking advantage of like
But I
the
think that's
free
smart.
resources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the smartest thing, I got this advice, I want to say from a book I was reading like 2, maybe 3 years ago. She was pretty much talking about the idea of like when you are going into business, you need to utilize all of your free resources
Yeah.
first. And don't go out and pay for a website, pay for this, whatever you can get for free, do
Yeah.
that first, and
Yeah.
then you invest. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, boom, noted. Like, because it's easy to be like, oh, it's just that much, cool. And you front the cost on so many different things, but that racks up. And it doesn't teach you to like to be resourceful and just like
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
that's
I
what
think
it's
that's
really
good.
all about with fashion, is figuring it out.
Yeah.
And that's what it is with life.
But I want to talk through the beginning of Yamira. So the Viper is your not only the collection, but it's the main design that is you have right now. And
Yeah.
so there's different variations, the mule, the thigh, now the knee. I'm curious, was that the only design that you had, or are there other designs that we haven't seen yet?
I started Jamira. I did start with the thigh high.
Okay.
So, okay, wait. I make a lot of shoes in school in the lab,
Yeah.
and I fall in love with all of them in that moment I make them, but sometimes they don't make it past like me loving them for a month. I love
Yeah.
that I made it, but I don't love the shoe anymore. And I'm like, is this timeless? I'm always looking for something that's timeless. If it's just for now, then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know. But I started off going back to school last year for the fall semester for my final associates,
Okay.
and I had ordered a last that didn't come in time, and this was my boot making class.
Okay.
And I was like, well, forget it. I'm just gonna have to start another boot, something that I'm not in love with. But I was like really excited for this 5 finger last. And I wanted to show it to my professor and everything. I
Yeah.
was so excited for it to come. So I ended up doing a different boot. And then when the last came, I started working on 2 shoes at once, which is something that they do in the bachelor program. So
Okay.
I was like going past my limit, like stressing
Mhm.
myself because I have other classes as well. I still have
Right.
general education classes. So I was stressing myself out, but I was like, I have to do this shoe. I have to at least get the pattern down so I can send it to a manufacturer and have a sample made. So I made the shoe. a mock-up of it, and I sent all my patterns to a manufacturer and
Okay.
guided them on how to make it exactly how I wanted it. And I started off with the thigh high, and um, I spoke to my PR girls, shout out to Swant Consulting,
Okay.
and they were like, this is like a gorgeous shoe, but some people are gonna have issues with the height of it. Like
Mhm.
some people have bigger thighs and calves, and I wasn't
Right.
thinking about that. So I was like, in class, they teach us if you do one shoe, you have to chop it up in a bunch of different ways. You have to be
Gotcha.
able to come up with different color schemes and come up with different variants of the style itself.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna chop the thigh part, make it a knee, and
Love
chop
that.
the bottom, make it a mule. And then I was like, oh, I also want an ankle boot. But at that time, I had already like invested a lot of
Yeah.
money, and I was really taking a risk because I put all my money into buying bulk of shoes, which people
Okay.
always say, don't do that. Like, you don't know if people are going to actually buy your stuff. But I
Yeah.
was really confident in my shoe, but I also was going through like self-doubt,
Yeah.
like all the months of me doing it. I was like, I don't know why I did that, like, but I was really taking that risk. But anyway, yeah, so that's how it came to be. The Viper is named after my friend in New Orleans,
Um,
and I will continue to name all my shoes after my
definitely
friends
friends.
because I love them. Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, and then I already had the idea for the ankle boot, like I said, but then it just came out later after
Yeah.
I sold the first batch of shoes. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make the ankle boot now.
So take me to the day that you launched the first collection. What were you thinking? What was your emotions like? What was your reactions to your first sale?
I was so scared, nervous at
Yeah.
all the words, like my stomach, and actually even talking about this, my stomach hurts again
Oh my
because
gosh. I'm so sorry.
I was sick. No, 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 you're fine. I was sick that day. So I
Okay.
had went over to my videographer's girlfriend's house. My
Okay.
close friend Annabelle, she has a boyfriend. His name is Connor, and he made my first campaign video.
Okay.
And he made it so quick. I was like, why don't I just post it right now instead
Yeah.
of like wait? And
Waiting.
then,
Yeah.
yeah, and then I'll just put it out. And I was also born on the year of the horse, so Chinese New Year's was coming up. So
Right.
I'll tell them it's coming out on Chinese New Year's, year of the
Mhm.
horse. So everybody knows it's my year. But anyway, um,
Those details matter.
they do. So yeah, I posted it and I was sick. I was like, I can't believe I did this. I was like, why would I be so
Immediate self-doubt.
vulnerable? Yeah, like why would I put myself out there like that? Like this is gonna go wrong. Everybody's gonna laugh. I know, right? That's crazy.
Oh
I was
my
like, everybody's gonna
goodness.
laugh.
But that
Nobody's gonna
shows
buy
you the
anything.
way that your mind plays tricks on you because
Yeah,
I'll let you continue, but I'm sure that wasn't the result. So,
it wasn't. So everybody started commenting and it was doing good. And I still, even though everybody was like in the comments and sharing it and stuff, I was still scared. I was
yeah,
like, everybody is lying. Like they're supporting. And I appreciate that, but nobody's gonna
no one's
get the
telling me the
shoe.
truth.
Nobody's telling me the truth, and nobody's gonna get the shoe. They're just like looking.
So, when they
And
got the shoe,
February 17th, when I actually dropped that shoe, I had a couple of orders and I was crying. I was like, oh wow, like
yeah,
this is real. Like,
yeah,
okay, I want this to be my life and people can see that and they appreciate the work I did. I appreciate them and we're a unit. Now we're all together. Now
it's
we all
community.
relate off of one thing. Yeah, we've all created this entity together,
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, whoa, like this is real life.
And I love
Yeah.
that you said that this is something we all have together because that is a part of these connections. You have poured a lot of time, money, effort, just your experience in life. Like, okay, I'm in school, I'm working on these things, and I finally got myself to this point. I'm going to just bet on myself and bite the bullet, do this thing.
Yeah.
And it's like all of that energy, all those efforts, just that passion that you have for your product. And then people to be able to recognize it and then put value into it by purchasing, it's like we see each other. Like we are
Yeah.
now there's a, you know, there's a connection there. So I think
Yeah.
that's beautiful. And I feel like that shows through your personality and the way that you approach things. Even in our conversation, like you have a very lead with love energy. And so I
Thank
feel
you.
like it's going to continue to be a positive response for you when it comes to business because I think that that shows in the way that you care for the consumer.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I really do care about all of them too.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for so many people to post their pictures. I'm like, ladies,
Ladies,
more
let's
pictures so
show
I
it
can
off.
post you.
But
Like,
you know, people probably are getting them for like vacations and their birthday, and
this is
they
true.
want the shot. Like they're like,
Yeah.
hold on, I snagged these shoes. They were viral. Everybody wanted them. I got them.
Yeah. I'm
So
guilty
they're
of
trying
doing
to, you
stuff
know,
like that too. Like, I buy something and I wait months
yes,
until I have the perfect outfit for it. So I
yeah,
also know that's what's going on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure, especially that's not a shoe that you want to mess up. Like you don't
Yeah.
want to post it and it's like, no, 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 y'all need to focus on
Yeah.
what I just showed you. See
Yeah.
what I just gave y'all on the TL? Like y'all need to see. So I'm sure they're trying to perfect it.
Hmm.
Like you said before, you are passionate about the consumer and the connection that you have. And once you sold your initial pieces, it was like, okay, like we're in this, this is where we're at. What was your reaction to you and Mariah the scientist?
Oh,
Are you able to share
you
anything about
want
how
to,
that
yes.
came to life? Okay.
You want to know something? I listen to her music all like before she
No,
got the show.
yes, same.
I listen to her music all the time. I'm like a real deal lover girl. Like I said,
Yeah.
my heartbreaks go into my shoes.
Yeah.
So she reached out to me, and I had woke up in the morning and saw it, and I was like, somebody with
Somebody playing.
somebody with one of those similar names as the artist.
Yeah.
Like they'll put like a zero to replace their O in
Yeah.
their name or whatever is playing with me. I'm like, dude, like leave me alone. Then
Yeah.
I open it and I see it's her, and I'm like, no, 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 no. No, 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 no.
There's no way.
Yeah, and I literally have like a tweet up where I'm like, I really like Mariah the Scientist, like with like my accent.
Hmm.
So I was like, and I didn't make it too long ago or whatever.
Hmm.
So I responded to her, letting her know, I want to send her a pair of shoes, but she was on tour, and
Okay.
she probably like forgot about the text message or something. So I hit up my PR girls,
Hmm.
and I
Shout out to the
sent them
PR girls.
shout out to Swing
'Cause
Consulting again.
again, they
Like
are coming through.
they have my back. Um, I reached out to them. I was like, hey, like Mariah reached out and I don't know how to get her these shoes. Like, can you guys help me? And they were like, we're on it. They were on, and when I say they were on it,
On
they were
it.
on it because
Yeah.
we sent it to Canada.
Okay.
We had issues with what are they called?
Customs?
Customs.
Okay.
We had issues with customs, and we had to have the shoe sent back. And she was only there for 2 days, so it didn't
Okay.
matter. And then we sent it to her again in LA, and we had trouble with the post office again. So it got sent back again. And I was like, it's not gonna happen. It's not
Yeah.
gonna happen. I started panicking. And my PR girls were like, girl, please.
This
Like,
is
please.
nothing.
This is nothing. Like, she's gonna get the shoes. She's
Right.
gonna get the
Don't
shoes.
worry.
And so we resent it a third time, and I found out it was for the Billboard Awards, and I was
Yeah.
on my way back home to St. Thomas.
Okay.
Um, my dad was picking me up from the airport, and it was carnival time. I'm on the plane, and I get this text saying, Mariah's gonna wear your shoes tonight for the Billboard Awards. It's like I started crying on the plane. I'm a
And
crybaby, I think.
not once, but twice in one
Twice.
night.
Twice in one night.
I
Like
love
she
that.
gave me my own moment for the shoes. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying? Her tour was a whole moment itself. I'm sure if it was included, it would have had a moment too. But
it
she
would
gave
have.
me my own special moment.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I was really grateful. I was sitting next to my dad on the couch watching the Billboard Awards when we first saw her come on the carpet, and
Hmm.
we only saw like a glimpse of the
Yeah.
shoe. And I started screaming, and he was like, "Oh
Yes.
my God." Da, da, da. And then we finally saw her on stage with the thigh highs, and I literally just started crying. Like I couldn't believe it. Once again, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I literally I think I suffer from like imposter syndrome because I'm always like, no, 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 no. this can't be. And then
Yeah.
it beats. So
It bees. I think also it's like when you think on things and you sit with something for so long and you have these like dreams, right? Like you're like, I could see it on this person, I could see this and I could see that, and then it happens. You're like, oh,
yeah. You're like, hold on, my thoughts came to did
is
I
this
do
for
that?
real? Are you playing? It's
Yeah.
pinch me. It's a pinch me moment, and like you're almost like in shock, and it's just like, oh my God, and you know it's real, but
Yeah.
it's like what happened in my mind is out here in the real world, and other people can see it. This is crazy, and so I can only imagine to that degree. Just like you said, it was its own moment from her red carpet look and her performance, and she presented. So it's like the shoe had its own moment. The shoe was on Getty.
The shoe was on Getty. Yeah. Man, I genuinely really appreciate Mariah the Scientist though.
Yeah,
Like that was my first cosign and
yeah.
it's from
And
an
that's a
artist that
major
I love.
cosign.
Yeah, she's gonna be so big. I always say to my friends, I think her Vogue shoot is gonna come up soon. I feel like she's gonna be
No,
in
like
Vogue soon. She's gonna
I
have a
don't
cover.
think people understand. Obviously, like music, okay, like you can have your opinions as a fan, not too much, but
Mhm.
you can't deny fashion. Like you can't
You
deny
can't,
someone
she's a
who
timeless girl.
is into their like not only brand but just her look. Like you can just tell she cares about how she looks. She cares about big and small creators and wanting to just look good and look fly. Like she does not care, which is why I was like, I have to ask because if you know anything about Mariah the Scientist, you know she has her hand in her look. She even
Yeah,
if she is working with a stylist, she's the one like I'm on Depop. I'm on these different places trying to find like who has it, who's doing what. I want to look bomb. And so
right.
she saw you and was like, I need that. I love that.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that.
I really appreciate her.
That's so
Uh,
exciting.
I have to go to one of her concerts. I really wanted to
Yeah.
go to the New York one, but I
Mhm.
waited last minute to get the ticket. So, but next time,
Yeah.
there.
I do want to experience her in concert. I just feel like I listen to her music daily and
Mhm.
her instrumental. Like sometimes if I'm working, I just put her music on in the background. I can like
Yeah.
tune in and out of it. So it's like just calming and it helps me focus. It's kind of weird because it's like heartbreak music, but it's not. It's more than that. It's like emotional and like passionate. You can
Yeah.
tell like, she is involved in her process beginning to end. And so I don't think it's any surprise or shock that she was able to recognize you. It's like real recognize real.
Right.
Love her
Just
girl.
like this.
Girl
Just like
skin.
this.
Exactly. I love that. And so, quick question before we wrap. In this moment right now where sustainability and quality assurance is like really prevalent, like these are major areas of concern in fashion for not only like businesses and brands, but also for the consumer. What ways are you at Yamira or you and the team like looking to kind of have your own foot in the game when it comes to sustainability or quality assurance and making sure like,
Well, we're actually
you
definitely
know.
trying to reimagine our packaging.
Mhm.
There is a CDFA award where they give you a grant for your business if you are able to come up with something sustainable in your brand.
Love that.
So I am in the future going to try my hardest to get that
Yeah.
award, so I can get, the
Yeah.
coast Windsor and the board and stuff like that. But honestly, it's about using like coconut leather, banana leather, whatever I can find in that realm. But I still have to figure my way around working with leathers like that.
Hmm.
Because I
Are you
am still a
currently
student in
using currently are you using actual leather or using vegan leathers? Just curious.
actual leather, actual
Okay.
leather. Yeah. So all my stuff is actual leather, but in the future I do want to lean more into being sustainable, of course,
Yeah.
because it starts with fashion, you know?
Yeah.
So
I think that's dope. And I think too, obviously every brand doesn't have to be completely green, right? And I think that as a consumer, if something is vegan leather, it's like, okay, cool. Like I can get down with that. Like I love that. But if it's you tell me it's genuine leather and the price matches, it's like, oh, I might because it's like it's one of those things where as sustainable as we want to be, things still hold their value. And I
mhm.
think it's a difference in someone who does fast fashion if you are using pure leather. It's like, well, how are you doing that? Because there's not
Yeah.
enough animals in the world for you to make this many products at this
Yeah.
rate. But if you are a smaller brand, it's like, okay, right now, yeah, we're using real leather and this is how we get it done. Like this is how we're doing our thing. It's not the same thing. And so I think there is grace there from all involved because I think we get a little too like
Caught
too
up in,
caught up in those moments and a little too progressive with every single thing. It's like there are other ways, like you said, you guys are looking into your packaging. Like how can we help on that end of things as well? Like it's all it's a holistic thing. It's not only just in the final result. So I think
yeah.
that's really cool note as well. Because I mean, if you are paying a certain price for something, the
You want
quality you want,
the, yeah.
so, and I mean, at the end of the day, there's a consumer for everything. So even if you
Yeah.
were like, oh, I'm not doing anything,
Yeah.
someone would be like, yeah,
No,
I don't care.
we're trying to have our moment in that. I don't know how
Yeah.
soon it's gonna come, but I know there will be a moment where
Yeah.
I do create something sustainable, whether it is help with the packaging for my PR girls or it's an actual shoe.
Yeah.
Um, but I'll figure it out. I'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
What is next for Yamira? We know for you, you are going to continue on for your bachelor's program at FIT and obviously, of course, keep creating. But I'm curious, what is down the pipeline for the brand?
So I do want to come out with a different shoe, two different shoes for the fall, but
Oh,
I know, but
wing.
I keep getting advised that I shouldn't necessarily move on from this shoe so fast
Yeah.
because it's still like it's
It's
marketing
holding its own.
itself for one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's doing its own thing. And we don't want to move on too fast, but I have so many other ideas. Like I literally sometimes stay up at night and my head hurts because I'm just thinking of a bunch of different things. I have created some sunglasses, but I want to stay in the footwear realm for
Yeah.
right now because I truly, in the end, want a FNAA award. So
Okay.
I'm going for that accolade, and I don't want to move off of
Interrupt.
it. Yeah, interrupt it, and people get distracted, and it's not even a footwear brand anymore. It's just an accessory brand,
Mhm.
and then I can't get that award, you know?
Right.
So yeah, there are definitely more shoes coming in the future. I just don't know when
When,
or
but we can
if.
expect more.
You can definitely expect more from me. Yeah.
I love that. And I will be sitting and waiting.